Welcome to Johnny, Stuart, and Friends. I got some great friends here with me today. Some really wild friends. I just got them released from jail so they could be out here to be on the show.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, you
That's
brought
true.
your parole officer with you?
I did.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, right over here to my right, I have none other than Mr. Michael C. Hanna. Okay? A unbelievable, so you told me.
Yes, he is.
Unbelievable piano player. All right? And he has been playing the piano since about 5 years old, and he's the one that kind of was the enthusiasm behind this meeting here today, right?
That is correct.
Right? Okay. And so we're going to talk about him and his career and what he's been doing. And so you've been playing since you were 5, so that's over 15 years now.
Yeah.
That's over 15 years for sure.
It's a few.
Yeah. And so he's played with some very famous people, and we're going to talk about that. And we have a beautiful assistant, your associate right over here. Okay, you're beautiful, gorgeous. That's Bob Brown. Oh, no, excuse me. Okay.
Thank you.
So that is T.K. Crab.
That is correct.
Okay, T.K.
Not
Crab.
crabby, I'm just crab.
Not Crabby.
Yeah.
I just said
With
crab.
2 B's.
Oh, 2 B's. Two B's.
Double B.
Right? And then I said it was a parole officer, but it's really not. But he's a very good friend of mine and an associate of everybody. He's such so business-minded and so wild, isn't he? He
Yes, he
comes up
is.
with a million ideas. He's a great guy, Mr. Bob Brown. Bob?
Well, good to see you again, as always. It's only been about 25 years we've been doing business.
That's
together.
right. That's right. We have been doing business a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
It's that bail bond.
Bail bonds?
Yeah.
She needs the bail bonds because she's the pillow
Oh.
She steals pillows.
Oh,
Now, I didn't say anything about that. I was I was just kidding.
right.
Right. Okay. So anyway, so Michael here, we're going to talk a little bit about your career, but I want them to see some of your video pretty quick so that they can respect the amount of professionalism and the amount of uniqueness, and that people in the industry can't wait to have you play for them, do things for them, and in the musical industry, you're an icon.
Oh,
You're a major guy, right?
I
In
am.
fact, today you and I we had it.
Yes.
We had his shirt on the chair out there, and we painted it. He came. It was white when he came.
That is
And then we
true.
painted this here. It looks pretty, huh?
Pretty good job.
I think you did an
We
excellent
did a great job.
I just think you need to sign it, though.
Oh, we need to sign it here.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, here we go.
You can
Sign
do
that.
some amazing things with paintball.
So anyway, you know, one of the major people that he played for was Donna Summer, right?
That is correct.
Donna Summer, okay? And not only Donna Summer, give me some of the other names that you played for. I know
Oh,
that you
gosh.
played for Dan Fogelberg.
Right.
Okay.
I was
By 30
with him
years?
For about, yeah, we were together a long time.
Okay.
It lasted longer than my marriages.
Marriages, but you never married him.
No.
Oh no, you just that's why
But-
it lasted so long. Once you get married, it's over.
But he was really good guy to work for. Got to work on a lot of wonderful records and work with lots of talented people.
And you've played all over the world, right? What's your
You betcha.
favorite piano? What piano do you like to play the best?
I prefer Steinways.
Steinway.
Hamburg Steinways, to be honest.
Hamburg
but-
Steinway.
Hamburg Steinways.
Okay. So
But yeah, Steinway definitely. But a good piano. I've played lots of good pianos, and for the most part, I've been lucky in that respect.
And
when
you
you
also-
work for good artists, you get better stuff.
he also toured with major groups like Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yes, he did.
Right? And the Foreigners.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Right.
You
Foreigner.
toured with those groups, being their piano player.
Well,
What was-
yeah, lots of keyboards with Foreigner. I was the New Jersey choir for I Want to Know When Lunch.
And you also assembled a lot of the music, right? Were you an arranger?
I did with Donna. I certainly didn't with Foreigner. It was kind of like, the funny thing with Foreigner was they hired me. They flew me in one night from New York. No
Right here.
rehearsal. Never had a rehearsal. We're getting ready to walk on the stage. It felt like I was standing on top of a skyscraper. And they go, "By the way, you start the show." I go, "What?" They go, "Yeah, feels like the first time." And I went, "Oh, okay." So that was how I started with them. It was definitely. I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun. The way I ended up with them was I was out on tour with Dan, and we were doing the plane, the pilot happened to be the pilot for Foreigner. So we were talking one night over dinner, and I said, "Oh, I'd like to work with those guys." So next thing I know, that's how I ended up with Foreigner.
Okay, well, that's great. So you got to play with a lot of these people and do a lot of these things, and you're tremendous, and we want the audience to know a little bit
Yes.
more about him. So why don't we play one of his right now? We'll play a series of them, but right now we're going to play one of your videos
Oh, okay.
that explains who this great guy is sitting next to me, right?
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you, Johnny.
go ahead.
MacArthur Park.
Yeah. Okay, now that was awesome. Okay, I wanted, for our audience, I want you, the guy that was there firsthand, because the camera kept coming back to you, and we could see you playing and doing
Right.
your thing and your hair flying around. You had longer hair than me. You still
I
have
had
longer
more
hair than me.
I had more hair too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, okay.
Different
Well,
color too.
Different color, okay. Listen, right now, tell us what was going on there. Tell us about Donna Summer and tell us how this whole thing, how many people were there. Give us a little rundown what we were watching.
Well, that was Amsterdam.
I didn't hear.
Actually, right down the road at The Hague. We were staying in Amsterdam. So it was about 20,000 people. And it was called Heineken Festival. Lots of different acts. Stevie Winwood was on it. Just about 25 acts, a lot of Euro acts. Anyway, so they had Donna to be the closer. So that's what we did. I had full pit orchestra from London, flew over to London, rehearsed with them, then we flew over to Holland and did the show. We did it for 3 nights. It was a 3-night extravaganza, so I would say the promoters did pretty well with the box office, considering it was about 20,000 people max every night, so it was a good deal.
About 20,000 people a night, 60,000 people saw that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, that's tremendous.
And once you look at, we'll play another cut, Last Dance, and you'll see everybody dancing right on the end of it. It was wild. The European audiences were always great for us.
But keep in mind, you didn't just accompany people and play piano with them. You also was a master pianist, and you did it yourself. You went out there, concert piano style, and did it on your own, right?
Well, that's correct. You know, it's all I've ever done. I call myself the ultimate one-trick pony.
The ultimate one-trick pony.
One-trick pony.
But you don't horse around.
No.
Good.
No.
Well, I make sure. How do I know? I got to check this guy out.
Yeah.
He could embarrass me.
I doubt that.
Everything I've ever done is music related. That's what I do. Be it recording studio, I've recorded gobs and gobs of records. Recorded lots.
And
of
you still
orchestra.
play keyboards. Oh, no, you don't want me to say keyboards, but I heard you say keyboards.
Right.
I heard you say it.
Right. Oh, I
Okay. You still play piano, and you still play it in your mind the same way you've always played it.
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
just as good as you always were.
But I can show you what I play at home and what I really love to play.
What is it at home you love to play? Okay, you've got to play us now.
Play the Bach Invention.
Okay, we're going to play another one for you right now. He just led me into this thing. He hoodwinked me into it.
The
Okay.
piano's his mistress.
Now listen, I'm not sure what all that was. It looks like you were horsing around with all those cartoon characters and everything. What were you doing on that video we just saw?
Wrote the theme. I was partners in working with a fellow who you may or may not know by the name of John Tesh. We had studio. We were working on various different projects. We had football music on NBC and a lot of Tour de France bike races, figure skating championships, a lot of television stuff. But we had an opportunity to do a trial cartoon series with Howie Mandel. So
With Howie Mandel,
Right.
absolutely.
it was going to be on Fox. So we didn't ever really sit down. We had what was called a synclavier disc recording system, along with lots of synthesizers, and it was one of those things where we're sitting around looking, and what you had instead of the film that you saw was animatics, storyboards that moved. So they would always give a list that we want this hit here, this hit here. So used to, you would work with Synthi time code like you see there with the numbers, and so that's how you would judge it. So we were just sitting there writing, and John came up with some little thing. He goes, "Oh, I don't like it." I go, "Wait a minute, that's really good." So then all of a sudden we just started constructing things over it. I put the Twilight Zone guitar in the middle of it. Everything works out. We thought, it'll play the 13 weeks and that'll be the end of it. Well, this thing has stayed alive and played for 30 years.
Oh my God.
And John Tesh, excuse me, is the John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
That's
One
Johnny
morning, I woke up in a hotel room in Casablanca, Morocco, and I turned on the TV, desperate to have some noise in the room, right? And all of a sudden, here it comes. It's on TV in Casablanca. It was totally bizarre.
Amazing. Amazing.
There you go.
So you're doing so much stuff, and it's just very unique that you're doing this and that you're still doing it. You still want to do it and all those kind of things. And over here, your business associate,
Right.
she's trying to keep you moving and keep
Right.
you grooving and keep you doing all this. And also, you're the financial director of the Republican Party.
That is correct.
So you're the person that loans Donald Trump money when he needs it.
Well, that's Steve Wynn.
Oh,
But,
that's Steve Wynn.
yeah, that's for the state. He does it for the
Close.
United States. I do it for the state.
You do it for the state. Okay.
Correct.
So any of you Republicans that need money, give them your phone number. No.
I need money. I'll give you the phone number. The party needs it.
Okay. Now, right now, give us your website. It's www.michaelhanna.net.
Net.
www.michaelhanna.net. And they can go on and learn more about you and all these
Absolutely.
great things you're doing.
Absolutely.
And all these fantastic things, right?
I got the website because I always felt strange about talking about myself. It's one of those unusual, strange things that you have to do from time to time, but sometimes you're not really comfortable talking about yourself.
Well, listen, you have one person that can talk about you a lot, and that's this
That's
lady
why
next
she's
to me.
so-
That's why she's here. Right.
That's correct.
So, you've known him since about 1994.
That is correct.
Okay. And tell us what amused you about him, and how have you kept this relationship, and how has he maintained your friendship and your loyalty all that time?
Mike Hanna is very compassionate. He's compassionate, he's very honest, and he does everything with a lot of integrity. And so I always knew that if I needed something, I could rely on him to follow through. And we met. We were on a TV show. It's called Hip Hop and Country with Deborah Moffat. She was Miss America, and
What were you doing on the TV show?
I was basically her stand-in, is what I was, or when they needed somebody just to kind of stand in, height-wise and look-wise.
You were Miss America stand-in?
Yes, I was lucky to be that.
You still look like a Miss America.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I
Doesn't she?
appreciate
Yes,
that.
she
Yeah, she
Thank
does.
you. Thank
Okay. So somehow you and him connected. How did you both end up in Vegas?
I came out here because I ended up helping. I raised money to do a feature film. That's what brought me to Las Vegas, Nevada.
And that's right. One of the things you are is a fundraiser.
That's
you do
correct.
lots of fundraising and organizational things
Event
and
planning.
All right. So go ahead.
That's exactly. Well, I came out here, and Mike and Donna was performing, and she was here to do the CES and to do Labor Day, a lot of different things. And I was not happy with where I was at that time. And Mike was kind enough. He loaned me $700. And that $700 got me to move out of where I was living, and I went out to Bonnie Springs and found like an efficiency there because I needed peace of
What
mind.
did you find in Bonnie Springs? I know Bonnie Springs
Peace.
very well. What were you doing up there?
Bonnie Springs.
Were you a
motel.
cowgirl?
Well, I'm known to wear a pair of cowboy boots and do that, but you could not find the beauty of Bonnie Springs in Las Vegas, Nevada. The lights were bright, but the mountains, and in the morning time, I could go out and look at the Red Rock Mountains, drink my coffee.
Did you actually live in Bonnie Springs
Yes,
area?
I lived out there for 16 months.
Oh my
the Bonnie
gosh.
Springs Inn.
Yeah.
At the motel. I lived
Yeah,
there.
I know the motel.
recarpeted. I did things, but I needed to. My mom had died, and I needed the
You
beauty.
needed something different.
I needed something different.
To give you a little solitude and things
That's
of that.
correct.
You know, Bonnie Springs out here, it's only about 15 miles out of Las Vegas. And right now, they have a big ghost town out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a wild ghost town.
I can tell you something about a ghost.
Okay, now tell
Yeah.
us about the ghost.
Okay, one night I woke up to what was cigarette smoke. And as I'm smelling the smoke, I'm thinking, what? And I look into the where my little efficiency was, and I could see through this white ghosting thing. And I thought, Mom. I said, Mom. And it turned
Was
out.
your mom alive at the time?
No, my mom had passed away.
And you thought you were looking at your mom?
I thought I was looking at my mom. I thought her cigarette smoke is what woke me up. And then you're also trying to assess, are you dreaming this?
Did you smoke yourself?
No, I'm not a smoker.
But you smelt cigarette smoke.
It woke me up.
And then you thought you saw your mom.
And then I could see through this silhouette of a white person, ghost type thing. But the next day, I had gone up to the front desk, and they were talking about the lady that had the room, a very wealthy lady. She was a millionaires out of Florida, and she wanted to get away from her kids. And she had had that room before me and had done the same thing. She had lived in that room for over a year, and they were talking how she had just passed away.
Oh, wow.
And I
You
asked,
think that lady asked if she smoked?
I asked if she smoked, and they said yes, she did.
She came back to visit.
And I think she came back to say goodbye because she had wanted to come back before she passed, because there was just a serene thing about Bonnie Springs.
You know, back then,
Yeah.
you were in the middle of nowhere. There were no lights or anything. She'd drive out there. I'd be going, make sure you got gas, because there would be. Now it's pretty civilized, but back then it was like there was nothing.
I had raised $13 million to do this film, and my commission was 10%. And at the time, I was dealing with Mark Shaughnessy, who was the Weinstein's assistant. And I don't even like mentioning their name right now, but that was the situation. And I was going to go back with my commission, and I wanted to buy an Avid editor and do CMT videos back in 1995. And Mike kept saying, come back, just come back. And I said, no, everybody knows that I was coming out here to do this movie, which was we were working with Sony Records, Brooks and Dunn, John Michael Montgomery. And, but Michael was the one that kept my head above water. And that's how we've been with one another. There are times that I always want to apologize to him because I can get very anal and get upset, but he allows me to vent. And we've been friends, like I said, for that length of time. He's my male best friend.
He is your best friend.
Yes.
Well, that is awesome. That is great. And that is a pretty good story to tell us just before Halloween.
I know.
That's a good story, isn't it?
Yes, trick or
Yeah.
treat, you know.
Yeah, trick or treat for sure. Okay. Now, this man next to you, he's a good friend of mine too, Mr. Bob Brown. Bob Brown, how is your connection here with TK and also with Michael Hanna? How did you get connected with them? And you're the one that introduced me to them.
Well, I'm the photographer for the Republican Party here in Nevada, and I was out there shooting some pictures, and we kind of struck up conversation, got to talking. We found out we had a lot of parallels.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, you know, I was in the music business. I said, well, I did over 400 concerts. So I said, we need to sit down and talk. She says, well, I have this guy who plays the piano. And she says, I would like you to meet him. And I said, well, that's amazing, because I have a young lady that's getting ready to get back in the business who did a lot of those concerts. And I says, when I found out who it was, I says, oh my gosh, I couldn't have ordered this deal. So we have a lot a lot in the same track, different area.
You're a very unusual man in the respect that when you find somebody that's unusual and different, you capitalize on it. You push them ahead,
Yes.
and you always want to move them to the next level or do whatever you can to create a synergy between you and them,
Well,
and so
I
forth.
can
I've
see-
noticed that between you and me. You
Yeah.
and I have been very
Oh,
close
yeah.
friends for 25 years.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I seen him and I said, oh my gosh, this is a guy who he's good for one more run. And that's how I look at it. I'm good for one more. We all are good. We have one good run in us, so we have to utilize it.
Yep.
So when I seen him and I was thinking, oh my gosh, Donnell will go crazy over this guy, and she saw what he did and checked his website. She says, how could you find this guy in the middle of Las Vegas? And I says, it's all her fault.
Well, the other thing too is Mike would always come in and perform if I needed when I was doing a fundraiser, and I always made sure that he had the piano that he wanted. And when he was there, it doesn't matter what event I was doing, people stopped me and said, "Who is that?" And they wanted Mike Hanna. And one of the other things that Michael does, which is so gracious, he'll offer, piano lessons for my silent auction items. And when he's there playing, I mean, people just constantly go to bid on it. It's like our former councilman, Bob Beers, won, and he's going to be going over there to Sarah, Bob Beers' house, to teach Sarah. I've had numerous judges say, oh, I want Mike Hanna to teach, my child, my wife even, those that are already know how to play. They want to do better because they hear him, and he's good.
Well, that mean that you're perfect. That's what it must mean.
No, it means I can play Bach.
You can play a little bit of everything. Okay, we're going to hear another tape right now. That was an intro into one more of his tapes.
Good.
Okay, here we go. We're going to play it, and we're going to have excitement in it.
Yeah.
You're getting a close-up shot of the piano player of all time. This guy's great. Now, you told me your favorite piano player that you like is Herbie Hancock.
Oh, absolutely. Herbie's great.
Is Herbie around still playing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still great.
Oh, the best.
One of your idols.
The best. The best.
Well, that's good. That's a real good thing. Okay? So you guys keep building each other and supporting each other and doing the things. And tell us about some of the fundraising that you've been doing. Tell us about that.
Well, I've done a lot for the Republican Party campaigns. One of the things that we were going to do tomorrow night, but unfortunately when the Mandela Bay shooting happened, we were doing an event. Bob was going to be our photographer, Mike was the pianist. It was for the Autism Coalition of Nevada.
Well, wait, that's still, I'm the one helping do that. So that's still happening. That's
Which
on
one
the,
are you doing?
The one at the Westgate. I set
yeah,
it
with
up.
Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
Yeah,
Michelle's
yeah.
a close friend of mine.
Phelan, her
Yes,
daughter. Yes,
that's right. And they're
yes.
doing the Michael Jackson tribute.
Yeah.
I'm involved in that.
Yeah,
in fact, they
her
were on my
daughter.
show talking about it.
Were they really?
Yeah, just about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I talked to Michelle. Remember I said I was sitting out in my car talking? I was
Right.
talking to Michelle.
Yes.
That's what I was doing.
We were going to do the gala at the Four Seasons tomorrow night. Was October 20th.
But that's canceled now.
But we
Yeah.
rescheduled it, and Michael was going to play, and
Well, is he playing at the Autism Foundation, the benefit?
no,
Westgate?
Michelle wants to meet him, so I'll let you make the introduction.
Yeah.
I'll let you make that introduction because that's next. The one
It's
at Westgate.
the 28th. It's the 28th at 7 o'clock
That's
over
correct.
at the Westgate in the International Showroom, which was Elvis Presley's showroom, and it runs from 7 o'clock to 8:30.
Correct.
And so it's for the Autism Foundation. All the fundraising and so forth goes to that.
Phelan is 16 years old.
And
She's a female.
Michael Jackson tribute artist,
right.
And
That's
also
right.
Bobby Brooks, a guy that I manage and work with a lot. Bobby Brooks is also entertaining there.
Wow.
And he is the actual son of Jackie Wilson.
That's right.
He's Jackie Wilson's son.
Lonely
God,
thing.
it's a small
He's
world.
fantastic.
You know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wore that record out.
You did. You love Jackie
Lonely-
Wilson too.
Lonely
Well, Bobby
Teardrops is-
Brooks is great, and Faylin, right? She's
Yes.
fantastic. You're all going to see something beautiful that's going to be over there, and you all want to try to go to that because it's a fundraiser that goes to the Autism Foundation, the
That-
Autism Coalition, and they just had one in Reno also.
That's correct. And a percentage of the proceeds are going to go to the Las Vegas Victim Funds.
Yeah, Victims Fund.
Yes.
Most things are doing
Yes.
that right now. This city has really come together and made things look great and helped each other and spread love and compassion.
Well, may I mention something about
Absolutely.
the passion? Well, first of all, since it is trick or treat, I have a little trick or treat gift for you.
This is for me.
This is for you.
You want me to
And
take it out now?
Take it out now.
It's a pillow.
Oh,
No.
he said it's a bug.
No, take it out. He said it's a pillow.
Okay. Oh, it's a
Okay.
pillow. Well, we're going to tell about the pillow now because you said
know.
that. I was going to let you live through that.
Yes.
But now I'm going to.
This
What's that say?
this is together, love and support. My friends did that.
Together,
decal.
love and support.
Red Line
Las
Printers,
Vegas,
Red
uh-huh.
Line Printers Group did that, and that's what they did. All money. People came in.
I can't tell what this even is yet.
Well, you're gonna like it because anybody who has friends, and every host that I've ever
Oh
known,
my gosh, look
they
at
have
this.
their own mug. They have their
Oh.
own mug to drink out of.
My brother Rod, he's been in the hospital for the last 3 months, and he's getting better though. Hi, Rod.
That
We all
looks
got to
like
say
your
hi to
boots.
Rod. And this here is now my own mug. Can I take this out?
Yes,
This is
absolutely.
my own mug. Now, Rod, you don't have a mug like that, but you have a better mug than this. So what do you want? I mean, it's a big deal. Okay.
I just wanted you to have your own
Isn't
mug.
that beautiful?
All over the
I love
toilet.
that.
That looks like your boots.
Yeah. Hey, wait, I even
Yeah.
got boots on right now.
Well, you came in with boots on the other day.
I came with this color even.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Okay.
Those
So-
boots are made for drinking.
Yeah, boots are made for drinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is very sweet. Here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Did you want a kiss?
No.
Okay. I'm just checking. How do I know if I don't ask?
Well, I
you know?
charge
Yeah.
$1
Okay.
for kissing. I didn't want
Now,
to say. I shouldn't have said
You thought it was going to be a pillow. Why did you think it was going to be a pillow?
Oh, it was just. I said it was smaller than a pillow.
No, you said it was going to be a pillow. You thought maybe she had stolen some more pillows. You're not going to get into that.
We don't do pillows.
Okay. Well, tell me about the Masters tournament. What about that? You were going to tell me a story about the Masters golf tournament.
Well,
Thank you again.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
It was one of those, again, unusual things that happen in life. I was working in Nashville for a producer by the name of Norbert Putnam, who just released a book that he's selling. Norbert did Jimmy Buffett and Dan Fogelberg. First record he got to produce was the only hit Joan Baez ever had, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. So Norbert was working on a project, and I was working at a studio that he owned, and he came in, matter of factly, one day and said, would you like to work on a couple of things? Do you do string writing? I go, well, certainly. So I recorded on a Mickey Newberry record, and also Dave Loggins was singing backgrounds. Well, Dave Loggins was famous, had just had a hit called Please Come to Boston. He also came in that day and he goes, oh, I've got some friends down at the Masters Golf Tournament and I've written this song, and he played the song. It had lyrics, all the famous golfers that had won the tournament and everything, and he goes, we needed to record a track on it if we could. Well, that afternoon we recorded it, and then since I was doing strings for Norbert, I said the next day, why don't we put a string quartet on it? And one thing led to another. He took it down there, they played it, they aired the broadcast, but then we had done what we call donut mixes without the lead vocal. Well, it turns out they only used the vocal version like the first year. The rest of the time, it's been playing for 30 years.
Wow.
It's the longest running sports theme in the history of television.
In history, yeah.
They only play the instrumental version, so it's been played so much. It's the butt of jokes on morning radio, drive radio sometimes.
And that came from you.
A
Right.
lot, me and all three of us, but especially Norbert and I. You betcha. Just it was one of those lucky things again.
Hey, Scott, is there more video to play? Yeah. Let's play one more video, and then we'll talk about that video. Because
Okay.
everyone wants to see you perform. They want to see what you do.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Last Dance? Is that what's on?
Last dance, last chance for love. Yes, it's my last chance. Thank you. Romance tonight. So let's dance, last dance, let's dance, last dance, let's dance, last dance tonight. Last dance, it's my last chance for love. Yes, it's my last chance for romance tonight. Oh, I need you, honey, beside me to guide me and to hold me, to scold me. 'Cause when I'm there, I'm so bad. So let's dance,
Well, we're going to let you hear more of that. Now, that song was called The Last Dance.
Oh, yeah.
So, as you said, we should make it the last song.
That's correct.
Right? Okay.
I did.
She's a coordinator, a fundraiser. So be careful. She'll take your funds.
Thank
no,
you.
I didn't.
No, for good causes.
For good causes, absolutely. Now I want to tell you right now that there's a special thing happening for a fundraiser this coming Sunday here at the go-kart. Okay, this is the world's fastest go-kart race, Gene Wood's go-kart race here. Right here in the sports center. The sports center is exactly right in front of Town Center, about 1/8 of a mile on Las Vegas Boulevard to Sunset, and then go east about 1/8 of a mile. And there's going to be Mike Hammer's celebrity go-kart race is going to be here.
Wow.
And all the fundraisers and all the kids in show business, everyone's going to be
Oh,
here.
wow.
It's a big thing. You're all invited.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
from
Thank you.
11 in the morning on a Sunday until 5 o'clock at night, and there's going to be all kinds of food.
That's this
There's
Sunday?
entertainment the whole time.
This Sunday?
This coming
This coming
Sunday,
Sunday.
the 22nd, right?
Okay.
The 22nd, and that's going to be here, and it's going to be a big deal, and we want everyone to come and see it.
Sure.
So it's at 121 East Sunset. Okay. 121 East Sunset from 11 to 5, a big bash. Everyone's going to have fun. Called Mike Hammer's Celebrity Go-Kart Race.
Oh, good.
Okay? And people that pay to race the go-karts, that's the only thing you can pay for is the go-karts, and the only reason you're paying for that is because they're actually racing the go-karts, and all the funds go to the Wounded Warriors
Oh,
and
wow.
those that are doing that. So there's a lot of fundraising, there's a lot of companionship, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of good vibes spreading amongst all the people here in Las Vegas. You go up and down Las Vegas, you see all these signs about Vegas strong and Vegas cooperate and Vegas love and all this. They all say great positive things. So Vegas is thinking nothing but positive, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. The other thing
Absolutely.
we were talking about a little bit, you and I might put together a show.
Yes.
Okay, and the show would be called, it's like Silver Sizzle or Last Time Around or something like that, something really unique. And everyone on the show might be 70 and over. Okay, so that you and I would have to wait 20 years to do
Well, I
that
was
show
gonna say-
because we're over 50. Yeah.
We'll have to do makeup.
Okay, yeah. So, but this could be a great show, and everyone that was a celebrity or a great person, kind of similar to the Palm Springs Follies, which was very famous in its day. And so we might do something like that. I think you would be a great person. I find some kind of a wild thing to work with, and something I can't imagine anybody wilder than you. Okay, so anyway,
I'm pretty twisted.
there you are. Okay. So you would help me protect me from him, though,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, but he does have dogs. He's
Oh,
a
he
huge
has
animal.
dogs.
He's a
Oh,
huge
my
animal
I have
God.
person.
basset hounds.
I have 3 dogs. They sleep with me every night.
Mine do too.
Mine do too.
Dog night.
I mean, they
Yeah.
get down and they lick my toes during the night.
Mine do
Well,
too.
I thought it was the dogs. The other night it was my wife.
Oh.
But no, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alex, kidding, honey. Okay, Rod, don't tell her. Okay, so anyway, we're going to do this. And is there something you wanted to say to these great people before we close off?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. Who knows when you pick up the phone and people call and you go, sure, I'll go meet you, and you never know. It's amazing. All these years, I originally moved out here because I was supposed to work for you
You were? Well, when was that? Why didn't we do it?
3 years ago.
Why
have.
didn't we do it? Did you know it?
Yes, I knew about
What
it,
was it?
but we'll tell you.
Anyway,
But anyway,
that
Okay.
meeting was not. He was
Yeah.
not supposed to come over then. He was supposed to come over a little later. So I'm
Oh.
glad he came in early.
Yeah.
But Johnny,
Ah.
if he says I'll be there at 8, figure 9:30. But he fooled me. This time he came in early.
Oh.
And you were supposed to meet. That's why.
Well, that's it.
There
so
you
we
go.
met, and I'm glad I met you.
Pleasure,
You're
man.
fantastic. I can
Thanks for
tell you're a
talking to
piano
me.
player. Your keyboard, you break my keys on my fingies.
thanks for
And we're
talking
glad
to
you
me.
were here.
Oh, thank you again.
And my friend over here, Mr.
Thank you,
Bob
Bob.
Brown. So we're all together here, and we're going to close off with The Last Dance. Thank you for coming to Johnny Stewart and Friends. And make sure you come to Celebrity Go-Kart this coming Sunday from 11 to 5 o'clock right here, 121 East Sunset.
be
Gene Woods Go-Kart Race. Here we go. Play us out, babe.
Let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance I can be sure that you're the one for me. Well, all that I am is that you dance with me, dance with me, dance with me.
Ain't I even worth a dime a dance? How about just have a chance?
Tonight,
Please, mister, can't you see? This is my